Good morning and thanks for joining us here at 6 o'clock. I'm Drew Carney.
And I'm Corey Rose. We start this hour with a traffic impact alert because of several big accidents to tell you about as you head out the door. Our Brianna Fernandez has called this alert. And Brianna, we know one of those accidents has now been declared a fatal accident.
Yeah, that's according to Commerce City Police. Again, that's why we've issued that traffic impact alert. We are seeing a full closure that's happening right now. North and southbound Highway 85 near 120th Avenue, close to E470 and Highway 85. We actually had a fatal investigation that happened not too long ago, about 2 weeks ago or sometime last week. So this is the second fatal investigation that we are tracking along Highway 85 this morning. According to Commerce City Police, one person has died. Several others had to be taken to the hospital. 5 cars were involved in this crash. Our photographer, Alex Dickey, he is live on scene, giving us a live look of investigators right now piecing together exactly how this deadly crash happened. Now let's switch things over to our CDOT cameras because we also have a full closure that's happening along southbound I-25 near Plum Creek Parkway. According to Colorado State Patrol, we just got the information into our newsroom. They are saying that this is a 2-car crash. One person had to be taken to the hospital. The other one is being evaluated on scene. They are saying that this could potentially be a head-on crash. Right now they have limited information because troopers just arrived on scene. They said that they got the call just before 5:15 this morning. So this is an active scene that's happening right now along southbound I-25 near Plum Creek Parkway. Let's switch things over to our main maps just so I can show you where we're tracking all these crash investigations and closures. Southbound Highway 85, again, north and south are shut down because of a fatal investigation. All the way down south in Castle Rock area. So if you're leaving Castle Rock trying to get to Larkspur or maybe even down south to Colorado Springs, you won't be able to because we are seeing a full closure. All of these delays, the purple shaded area is standstill traffic, and that's because no one is moving. Now, once we have more information from Colorado State Patrol about when they can reopen southbound I-25, I will keep you guys updated. Also, Highway 85 once Commerce City Police finishes their investigation.
Brianna, thank you for those important updates. It is 6:01 and some wet weather moving in over the southern parts of the metro area. Some peaks of sunshine this morning as the sun comes up. Low 40s. We did see some overnight showers. May find some damp to wet roadways in and around your neighborhood, but low 40s, mainly dry Denver and north right now, but another round of showers set to continue this afternoon and early evening. We will stay unsettled with rounds of rain, some mountain snow through the end of the week, and then just in time for the weekend, a much drier, warmer weather pattern. This morning, though, you can see activity down south of Denver into Highlands Region Park already this morning. We've been watching a few rain showers roll through, similar story near Centennial and out across the eastern plains, where we are seeing more moderate to even heavy snowfall over portions of our southern mountains west of Colorado Springs and into this afternoon. That's when we'll really see the clouds. The winds will pick up a touch. Temperatures will stay around 10 degrees below average. So a rain jacket, umbrella in the car kind of a day if you need to be anywhere this afternoon. We are expecting to see the rain move back in right around lunchtime, lasting through early evening. By 8, 9 o'clock, partly cloudy skies, and we will clear out by morning. So a drier start to Thursday. But taking us through about 9 o'clock, mostly sunny skies for our central mountains. Then into about 12, you can start to see west of Denver a rain snow mix over higher terrain. Wet conditions possible through lunchtime, so into the afternoon and early evening. That'll be where we're watching some pockets of heavier rain move through and then impact portions of the eastern plains from Akron to Burlington. But skies will clear by morning. We'll start off around this time with sunshine. Mostly clear skies. Of course, the Avs indoors at Ball Arena, but if you are heading to the game, probably want to bring that jacket along just in case before we see cool conditions, low 50s and clear skies for tonight. Today, upper 50s. 80s are in the forecast. We'll take you through the 7 days still to come. Drew.
All right, sounds good, Katie. Let's get to our news headlines here at 6 o'clock. Denver police are investigating a crash that ended with a car in the South Platte River. It happened near West Evans Avenue and South Platte River Drive. Denver police tell us 5 people were inside that car. All of them, though, are expected to survive. It's still not clear what caused the car to end up in the river.
An update to the breaking news that we brought you yesterday. 2 people were hurt after police say a car went airborne, hitting the roof of this house in Denver on Tuesday morning. Denver police say they responded to the area of West 10th Avenue and Perry Street just before 2 a.m. The driver and the passenger of the car were both taken to the hospital. Inside the home, several people suffered minor injuries. The driver of the car has been arrested.
A high-profile Supreme Court ruling could have an impact here in Colorado. The decision changes who can be held responsible when a dangerous driver causes a wreck. Colorado highways, we know, are filled with a lot of trucks. So when a truck crashes, who can be held liable really depends on where it happened. At least that's how things used to work before this ruling. The Supreme Court ruled 9-0 that brokers brokers can be held responsible for who they hire to drive trucks. Grant Lawson is with the law firm for truck safety. He says this is going to bring about a huge change.
A shipper hires a broker. A broker is a middleman. A broker then goes out and finds a trucking company, a motor carrier, to then accept this load and take this load across the country and drop it off. What this case does is it says, look, brokers out there have a duty. They have a duty to make sure that they are using due diligence, for example, in finding a safe motor carrier.
Every year, more than 5,000 people die in crashes involving commercial trucks all across the U.S. Before this ruling, Lawson says brokers were never really held accountable in crashes. We are just a few days away now from Memorial Day weekend, bringing with it the start of the summer travel season.
TSA is warning that the airport will be busy. The agency says they expect to screen as many as 80,000 passengers in a single day over the Memorial Day weekend. So they ask if you're flying that you show up early.
We always ask for the passengers to have a little bit of patience. Anything could slow down the line. When a passenger brings a prohibited item, or if we detect a firearm, that can slow down or even close the lane. So we just ask for your patience as much as possible. We're trying to get people through as quickly as we can, and we do a great job of doing that here at Denver, but sometimes the line will slow down. Our standard time is to try and get people 30 minutes or less in the standard lane, and then in TSA pre-check lanes, 10 minutes or less.
TSA says the most important thing is to try and give yourself as much time as possible, especially if you're traveling during a holiday. They recommend getting to the airport at least 2 hours before a domestic flight and 3 hours for international.
We now know more about a shooting involving Douglas County deputies that happened this past Sunday. Deputies first responded to the reports of an assault at a home in Franktown on Sunday. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office says a child called 911 that day and reported that a man was assaulting his mother. When deputies got there, the woman and child ran outside. They also say when a deputy looked inside the house, the man was holding a gun and pointed it at the deputy. That's when the deputy opened fire. The man was later found dead, but the county coroner said despite deputies firing at him, he actually died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. We also have an update for you this morning from Northern Colorado. The Public Arts Commission in Greeley says it believes the bronze statue that was stolen from a park and then found a few days later can be repaired. We first told you about this story last week. Police say someone sawed off and stole the prize catch statue from Glenmere Park, and then it was found a few days later at a recycling center. The Public Arts Commission says it will assess the cost to actually repair and reinstall it sometime next month. CDOT will spend $4 million on an emergency fire mitigation project. The agency is hiring contractors to trim trees along the roads at highest risk coming up this summer. CDOT says the work will focus on 5 corridors on the Front Range and in the foothills. They're listed right there on your screen. The crews will work during the day on Mondays through Thursdays, so not impacting weekend travel. CDOT expects them to get through 3 miles worth of road each day. If you're traveling through any of these areas, you can expect lane closures and delays. We also know the recent rain has been good for lawns, although it also helps weeds grow.
Boy, does it ever. That includes dandelions. Denver Parks and Rec has changed its dandelion policy over the last few years. But now when the weeds pop up in parks, the city isn't spraying them anymore. That is unless they're causing a problem or they are on an athletic field.
Great for our pollinators, and we feel that it's just not the right thing to do to be spraying chemicals and killing dandelions and endangering our pollinators.
Well, pollinators are the reason we're here. If we didn't have good pollinators, we wouldn't have the food that we eat.
The city says the pollinators get the most out of the dandelions, so it's best to try and leave these specific weeds alone when you can.
We're staying on top of some breaking news along Highway 85 north and southbound lanes right now have been shut down, which is why we've issued that traffic impact alert. Sky 9 is up, giving us a live look of the scene. You can see that several vehicles were involved. According to Commerce City Police, 5 vehicles were involved. We know this is a fatal investigation, so 1 person has died. Several others had to be taken to the hospital. Detours for you this morning is to take Brighton Road, Sable, or Chambers.